You've probably gone to the airport and bought some chocolates and liquor at a pretty discounted price from the duty-free section. But what is this discounted place we know of as duty-free, and how does it work? Duty-free essentially refers to exempting taxes on goods such as liquor and tobacco tax, customs duty, as well as consumption tax. In other words, tax-free. Locally, duty-free shops were first established in Penang in 1977 to give tourists the access to duty-free goods on the island. Goods or products are exempted from taxes when they are imported into the country and stay tax-free so long it's sold to consumers in the duty-free store. Duty-free doesn't actually apply to the buyer, but the seller. Countries tax imports based on national policies and international agreements. This tax break allows retailers from other countries to offer lower prices.
So Malaysia, to be a competitive country, they design duty-free shops to attract tourism to come as a business.
Which means more sales. The duty-free stores you may be familiar with are at the airport, but there are actually 5 types of duty-free shops in Malaysia: at international airports, seaports, in the city, border stations, and domestic duty-free shops. And almost anything can be sold duty-free. Of course, the most notable ones are alcohol, chocolates, and tobacco. But Malaysia's Customs Department has a whole list which includes food products, clothing, shoes, jewelry, and electrical appliances, amongst others.
Absolutely prohibited for exportation. There are 2 types. One is turtle eggs to protect endangered species, and one is rattan from Peninsula of Malaysia. Illicit drugs cannot be exported unless you have a license.
No matter how much you shop at a duty-free store, there's a limit to the number of goods you're allowed to bring back into the country. This is because doing so makes you an importer, and there are some rules.
When I refer to Customs Act 1967, under Clause 2, what was defined as import means to bring or cause to be brought into Malaysia by land, sea or air, or by any other means.
But this does not include your personal belongings that you pack for your trip. And as an importer entering Malaysia, you're given some exemptions from paying duty on 225 grams of tobacco, aka 200 cigarettes or 50 cigars, 1 liter of spirits, wine or malt liquor, cosmetics, perfumes, soaps and toothpaste under 200 ringgit in value, 100 matches, food preparations up to 75 ringgit in value, a maximum of 3 pieces of new clothing, and 1 pair of new shoes. This does not include clothes you're already using or packed for your trip, 1 portable electrical or battery-operated appliance for personal care and hygiene, and gifts and souvenirs under a total value of 200 ringgit, except for goods from Langkawi and Labuan, which are allowed up to a value of 500 ringgit. If the goods you're importing back into the country go over these exemptions, don't worry, they won't get confiscated, assuming they're not illegal items like drugs or weapons in the first place. But you will be charged a customs duty on the additional items or amounts when you declare them. The exact rate you have to pay will depend on the type of item, specified under the Customs Duties Order 2017. As a general rule, you're supposed to declare anything you're bringing back from your trip that you didn't take with you. The declaration form helps customs to control the goods that enter the country, which can affect the country's economy, security, or environment. And based on what they find, a levy duty, aka a tax, may be charged. But if you're only bringing back the exact items you've packed for your trip, that's what the green lane is for. So, let's go back here. What makes Langkawi so special? Before the government awarded Langkawi duty-free status in 1987, the island was a relatively unknown tourist destination in Malaysia. So the move was initiated to make tourism more affordable for Malaysians, and there's since been a steady increase in international tourism today. One thing you should know though, is that you can take as many duty-free things you want out of Langkawi, but how much you bring back home with you will depend on the customs restrictions in your home country or state. So, say you bought 10 liters of duty-free liquor in Langkawi and want to take it home with you to Penang. You won't be charged any duties for taking it out of Langkawi, but these exemptions will still apply when you try to enter back into Penang. So you'll most likely have to pay your taxes there. Be sure to like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, let us know in the comments about what other topics you'd like us to take a look into.